I got a question. Are you anything like me? And when you start to get like mad, like I'm not talking just a little bit upset, but like when you get full on mad, do you start to shake? Like you get shaky? Because it's happened to me since I was a kid and I never fully understood it until yesterday. And no, nobody pissed me off. I was on a date and I was telling this girl a story about this time where I did get mad, which for most people is like, why would you be talking about losing your temper on a date? Bad picture. This is date number 2. But and if you're wondering what I'm using, this is a little bit of Dove Men Care. You feel me? Good skin is close to godliness. But so I was telling her the story about this time where this dude that I live with pissed me off, right? And I guess I'll just tell y'all the story. So I lived in a fraternity house, right? And I'm black as hell. I guess I'm not black as hell. Some people say I'm black white, but I'm on a tangent. Let me stick to the story. So I lived in a fraternity house. I was in the fraternity. It was PWO, or what? Predominantly white organization? Yeah, PWO. And so I'm the only black dude in the house, right? One night, me and my roommate, we decided that we wanted to run back to the crib from being like at a party or at a bar. We was out. I don't remember where. And I don't remember if niggas just wanted to take a break or if they wanted to run to the crib and grab, you feel me, some shots. Or I don't remember why. But for some reason, me and my roommate at the time decided to run back to the house for something. And we get to the house and the main room light is on. The main living room light is on. The kitchen light is on. And the bathroom door light is on and locked. And so I'm just wondering who's home. Like we live with like it's 8 of us. So I'm just curious like who's in the crib. And is it somebody who even lives here? Cause a lot of people, it's a fraternity. 80 people got keys. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell is in my house. It's a Friday night, past 10 o'clock. I thought everybody was outside, right? So I knock on the bathroom door, just a quick. No response. So I do it again. No response. I'm a little tipsy. I've been drinking already. So I just get to getting musical with it. You feel me? And I do that for a good 20 seconds. And still, nobody says or does anything. And so I'm like, what the hell is going on behind this bathroom door, man? And then all of a sudden, the door just fly open. What the hell? I'm like, hey, man, I'm trying to figure out who in the house, so I see who it is. This dude named Gennaro sitting there taking a number 2, taking a deuce. And I'm like, haha, all right, bet. I just wanted to know who was here. I see what you're doing. And as I'm walking away, so imagine, as I get to the edge of the frame, I just hear these words. Oh my God, I should have known it was you. You're so lucky there's not a tree in the backyard. What? I promise you, I was leaving this man to his business. I'm already in the doorway of the next room. And as the end of the sentence hits my ear, I'm turning around. And the roommate is like, what's wrong? And I was like, what the fuck this motherfucker just say to me, dog? He's like, what? I walk back to that bathroom. He's getting ready to close the door. I said, no. He said, get out. I said, no. Walked in. I'm looking another grown man in his eye with his pants around his ankles. Homie is covering his shit like, what are you doing? I'm looking down on this nigga while he on the toilet. Like, bruh, what the fuck did you just say to me? You're lucky there's not a tree in the backyard? What does that mean? What do you mean? What does it mean? I said, you know what I'm asking you. If there was a tree in the backyard, what was you gonna do? What was you finna do with that tree? He said, I mean, you trying to, is that a death threat? Like, are you threatening my life right now? Like, he was like, no, that's not what I mean. I was like, then explain it, because what do people do with trees? So, I mean, we all know the history. Right. We all know the history. He said, it was just a joke. So, you're joking about the history of people who have lost their lives. Losing your life is funny to you. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like, do you know how many people unjustly, for no reason, lost their life? And now you're sitting here telling me a joke? I'm supposed to find it funny that if there was a tree in the backyard, you're telling me I would be in it? Where's the comedy in that? I don't find losing my life funny. I'm saying all this to this man while he's still sitting there on the toilet. He honestly should have told me thank you, because I'm sure it all started to come out a little bit smoother when I was standing over him looking like this. You feel me? And so he was like, Chuck, get out the bathroom. I said, no. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye right now. He said, I was like, now repeat after me. Repeat after me. That was not funny. I want you to say that's not funny. It wasn't a joke. And I will never say anything like that to you again in my life and disrespect you. I'm sorry. I literally made him say every sentence after I said it. And I said, now shake your head up and down and say you understand. He said, okay. I left the room, dog. I left the room, and the homie who was in the other room was just like, wow, like, what happened? What happened? What did he? I'm like, bro, you heard what he did. He just threatened to hang me from a tree. As a joke, right? And so I'm livid. You see, I'm getting hot just telling the story. That's another thing. When I get mad, I get hot. My body physically warms up. And so I'm sitting there, I'm opening up my shirt because I'm sweating. And he's like, bro, what? I go in another room. And I'm like, bro, I'm so pissed right now. We had just got new beds. So there was a bed sitting there. And I punch it, right? All of a sudden, homie turned the corner like, oh, you really are mad. Yes! He said, well, I want you to come talk to him. What? He said, look, man, you're one of my good friends. You're my roommate. He's one of my good friends. I want y'all to squash the beef. Bro, I shouldn't be in the same room as this man right now. He said, bro, you can talk to him. I said, bro, I should not be in the same house as him right now. He said, bruh, it's fine. Just come upstairs. He's already in our room. I told him I was going to come get you. He promised to not say anything crazy. I said, bruh, leave me alone. Pat me on the back. Like, it's fine. It'll be okay. He didn't mean it. He just wants to apologize. I said, all right, dog, since you don't want to listen and you don't want to leave me, I'll walk out of this room with you. But I'm going to stand on the other side of the room because I know I want to fight him. He said, okay, cool. It's all good. I'm shaking. Whole way up the steps, my leg is doing this. My leg is just twitching. Because I really want to just run up there. Ha! You feel me? One time for the bow. And I'm like, all right, control yourself, Charles. Contain yourself. Like, you both are part of the same organization and you live in the same house. This is like September, so the year just started. We got the whole year still, right? So I get in the room, and it's a big table. For some reason, we had a dining room table in our bedroom. Like, make that make sense. I don't know. But, so it's probably like a cool, at least 4 feet between us, right? And I walk in, and I'm just doing this, because I'm shaking. And so I'm holding my hand, and I'm like, all right, bet. He start talking, I'm just doing this right here, right? And then my hands start shaking more, and my arms start shaking. And I'm like, literally across the table. The camera is him, directly in front of me, but across the table. The table was what was keeping me from hitting him. And so I literally put my hand on the table and leaned on it and was just doing this. And he started, it was a joke, I'm sorry, apologize, And I'm like, all right, whatever, dog. When it was my turn to speak, I said, look, I hear you. That shit's not funny. It's not a joke. And you see this right here? You see my hand, bro? I want to punch you. I'm holding myself back crazy. Dude came around the corner, went to do something like this. I said, ha! Mocked his shit. Nasty hook. Dude literally turned, looked up, and went like this out the room. Out the room. And I said, sorry, dog. I told you. I didn't want to be in the same room as him. So yesterday, talking to Lil Shorty, I realized the whole time all the shakes happened, my whole life, anytime I started shaking, is because I was using my conscious mind power to control my physical actions so hard, it was fighting myself because I wanted to fuck something up. And I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I don't like hurting things. I don't like hurting people. And I damn sure don't like hurting myself to hurt somebody else. That's another reason I don't like to fight.